Coming into Miami, Florida, that's the destination for the Raptors. The leader of his team and one of the best in the NBA, Kyle Lowry, looking to get going tonight as they prepare to bring their heat to the American Airlines Arena. Raptors Heat tip-off coming up next.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Heat in Miami. For the Heat, they've been a dangerous team to face all season and have compiled the fourth best record in the Eastern Conference. Let's talk about Marc Gasol, former Defensive Player of the Year, a guy who really understands how to work to his strengths. Kenny?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I'm not keeping you up over there.
I know. You know,
hey,
I'm just thinking.
What about Marc Gasol?
No, I was just thinking as a Defensive Player of the Year, this guy has such awareness, positioning, and he understands how to use his size. He may not turn out the way we traditionally see the Shaquille O'Neals of the world, but he's an admirable force.
Yeah, he grew up in that Memphis style of play, grit and grind, hard-nosed, very little glam to his game.
I'm trying to figure out what he was saying.
I have no idea.
You know what he was saying?
He's over there sleeping.
Oh, excuse me? What did he say?
Wake up.
Sorry.
See? There you go again.
Wake
Kevin
up,
Harlan
wake up, wake up.
and the 2K Sports crew got it covered.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always up. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Toronto, they're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And of course, Miami, just a couple spots back. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at the center position. And for the Heat, Bam Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the point guard. Ralph Smitty, for players and teams that are out of the playoff hunt, how do they stay motivated here to go the rest of the season every night, every practice, every trip?
And I think that's when the organization, your captains, your coaches, you got to talk about being a pro. Sometimes you lose focus. You're not in the playoffs, and maybe your team that was supposed to be or not slated to be in the playoffs, you still are a professional. You have to have a professional approach.
Jones finds Robinson.
Get the perimeter!
The kick outside to Butler. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Raptors ball.
Here's Anunoby. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Back to Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka has gone through a lot of roles since he's entered the league. Now pretty much a shot-blocking stretch 4.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
At the line for 2.
That free throw, no good. Davis is checked in for Fred VanVleet. And he sinks the second. For the Heat, their last game a loss to the Hornets. Dragic kicks to Butler.
Come get it, come get it.
Adebayo passes to Butler.
Screen, screen, screen.
Back to Adebayo. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
I love how Jimmy Butler let the play develop, how he's learned to trust his vision.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Heat lead by 1 and will return shortly. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And so Gasol will bring it up for the Raptors. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out, though. If you're going to shoot in the low 30s, you're going to end up losing a lot of games.
They couldn't hit a thing out there. With that awful shooting percentage, you will be lucky to win one game in this league.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter, we've got Davis. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Lowry. And it's Gasol, and at the pivot, manning the middle. Powell against Iguodala. Powell, that's good. Powell's got himself on the board with 3 there. Powell's gone 1 of 2 shooting from 3. Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Pass to Dragic. Olynyk with it. The kick out to Dragic. Launches a 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's the Raptors up 2. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of one. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
Reminds me of myself at the free throw line. They have been shooting horribly out there. This is not a team that should be executing so poorly on offense. They need to completely revamp their approach, move the ball, set better screens, find the open man, get to the basket. They need to get to the basics right now.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Now Lowry. Jones is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
I'll tell you what, Lowry has a number of ways to beat you from the mid-range.
Adebayo passes to Jones, and there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Siakam against Adebayo. At the elbow, Jones. 5 on the clock. Over Siakam.
On top of being a high-level run-and-jump athlete, Siakam shows great lateral speed. He can guard both on the perimeter and in the post.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Jones finds Robinson. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. The Heat shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Robinson. So both teams making some changes here. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
Here's Van Vliet. Tries again. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Raptors lead by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Heat. 4-point game. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. On the wings, Powell and Anunoby. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1 spot. Powell, the putback. Passes it to Van Vliet. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. That's a 2 from Butler. They get it back. Here's Leonard. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Gasol. Here's Siakam. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yes, people have been surprised by Siakam's offense. What I'm surprised about is the efficiency. Two.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
You know, we see every year 1 or 2 guys drafted toward the end of the first round contribute well for their team, but Pascal Siakam has gone well beyond that.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those 2 to fall.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're down by 4. 15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
They also need to get the best shot you can as quickly as you can and then immediately foul.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Pascal Siakam.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And they go to the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Taking 2 shots.
Two.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he does get the second
Timeout,
one.
timeout.
And that puts them up by 5. Now a timeout called by Miami. They're trailing by 5. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Eight seconds left to play in the final quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
Raptors ball.
Now here is Ibaka. And so it's Toronto winning this one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.